Robert Spencer here for Jihad Watch, a program of the David Horowitz Freedom Center and for the Center for Security Policy. If young Muslims in Western countries who get involved in juvenile crimes stop what they're doing and become observant in Islam, authorities should breathe a sigh of relief, right? That's what Australian authorities did recently, but things didn't work out quite the way they had hoped. A young Muslim named Raban Alou, according to the Daily Mail Australia, had been in trouble with the law as a teenager for drug use, robbery, and armed robbery. But then he turned to his religion, and Australian officials were pleased. The Daily Mail said a January 2015 report by the Department of Juvenile Justice praised Alou for getting more involved in his religion, stopping his cannabis use, and dissociating himself from his negative peer group. However, Raban Alou wasn't really reforming, he was just channeling his criminality in a different direction, one that the Department of Juvenile Justice had not anticipated. In October 2015, less than a year after that department had happily noted that he had become a more observant Muslim, Raban Alou helped 15-year-old Farhad Jabbar shoot police accountant Mr. Cheng outside the New South Wales Police Headquarters in Parramatta. This wasn't just some random shooting either. Alou supported the Islamic State and frequently praised the group's violent jihad activities in a WhatsApp group. Of Australian soldiers, he wrote, "OMG, may Allah curse them all and destroy them to pieces." He rejoiced in the Islamic State's bloodlust, writing, "Beheading in France, 25 dead in suicide bomb by IS in Shia Kuwait, mosque and 37 dead at Tunisia beach. It's going off, LOL." After viewing footage of the shooting of Cheng, Alou praised Jabbar, saying, "Ah, brother, you're a soldier. Oh my God, Allahu Akbar, that's beautiful footage, bro. That's beautiful footage. You actually see it all happen. You see where he is last standing? That's where he drops." Nonetheless, Alou's turn to jihad murder is unlikely to stop the Department of Juvenile Justice from assuming that Islam is an unalloyed force for good in the next young juvenile offender's life. Not just Australia's Department of Juvenile Justice does this, but authorities all over the West universally assume this. If Raban Alou had been anywhere in Europe or North America, officials would likely have figured that his growing more observant in Islam would mean that he would become a good, solid citizen. These officials consistently ignore the fact that jihadis are virtually all deeply observant Muslims. There has been a good deal of misinformation about this, with Islamic apologists claiming that they're actually ignorant of Islam or non-observant, but there's little, if any, evidence to back this claim. A few years ago, some Islamic State jihadis ordered some basic books about Islam from Amazon, and that is just about the sole evidence that is ever adduced to show that jihadis are not knowledgeable and devout Muslims. On the other side is a mountain of evidence that the Islamic State mandated hours of Quran study every day, and that numerous jihadis became more observant in Islam before they turned to jihad violence. The Islamic State that Raban Alou supported provides numerous examples. In its heyday, and down to the present day as well, whenever it issues new threats to non-Muslims, it quotes the Quran frequently, in threats to blow up the White House, conquer Rome, conquer Spain, in explaining its priorities in the nations it is targeting in jihad, in preaching to Christians after collecting the jizya, which is a Quran-based tax, as mandated in chapter 9 of the Quran, in justifying the execution of accused spies, and in its various videos. All of them are full of quotations from the Quran. The Islamic State also awarded $10,000 prizes and sex slaves in Quran memorization contests. One of its underground lairs was found littered with weapons and copies of the Quran. Children in the Islamic State studied the Quran and got weapons training. One Malaysian Muslim said that the Quran led him to join the Islamic State. A Muslima in the United States promoted the Islamic State by quoting the Quran. An Islamic State propagandist's parents said of him, "Our son is a devout Muslim. He had learned the Quran by heart." A Muslim politician from Jordan said that the Islamic State's doctrine stems from the Quran and Sunnah. Despite all this evidence, the willful ignorance among non-Muslim authorities is nearly total. And so when the next wayward Muslim youth comes before them, it is virtually certain that Australia's Department of Juvenile Justice will demonstrate that it has learned nothing from the case of Raban Alou and will once again praise the young man's newfound interest in his faith. It seems as if no matter how destructive the consequences of this refusal to face reality become, the fog of false assumptions will not be dispelled. I'm Robert Spencer.